Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's recipe, I'm going to take a little bit deeper dive into one of my most popular and personal favorite recipes, the very beautiful crispy potato stack. This is what's on the menu today, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how they came together, so let's dive into it. Alright, so the first thing you want to get going is your frying oil. So make sure you have a medium to large pot, depending on how many you're going to be whipping up, filled about a third of the way up with grapeseed oil and get it to 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Just try not to burn your arm hairs off in the process. Anyways, while that's heating up, you're going to slice the russet potatoes using a Japanese mandolin into thin, even slices, leaving out the ends of the potatoes since those won't be needed for this recipe. It's very important to use a russet potato with this recipe since it's very high in starch, and that'll allow the slices to stick together easily while they fry. The starch in essence is really the glue that holds this recipe together. Now it may take a few passes to get the proper thickness, so don't worry if you end up with a couple odd slices at the beginning, but once you have it down, keep your palm wide open while you slice so you don't grab your fingers on the blade, or you can use a protective glove. Next thing you want to do is align the center slices as best as you can, since they're the ones that will give you the most width and therefore more portion control when you decide to cut your stacks. After that, trim the edges of the slices so that you have a relatively even potato rectangle, and then cut that in half for a perfect little square stack. One thing to note for this part of the recipe is that you have about 30 to 40 minutes to cut your stacks before they start to oxidize and turn brown, so you might want to practice it before you throw a potato stack party, if you know what I'm saying. Also, you can reserve the trimmings for a yummy hash brown the following morning if you don't want to toss them, but that will be for another video. When the stacks are ready to go and the oil is at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit-ish, it's time to start frying your potatoes. So carefully toss in a few at a time and gently move them around the oil so they don't stick to the bottom. These stacks should take about 5 solid minutes to fry, but you're really looking for a golden brown color before you know they're done. Also, as a side note, make sure to never ever rinse or soak the potato slices in water during this process, otherwise the starch will rinse off with it and the stacks will become a myriad of square potato chips during the frying process. I've made this mistake before, so I'm speaking from experience. Once they are out of the fryer though, sprinkle with a little bit of salt and continue frying up the rest. Now that the stacks are finally all crisped up, there really is only one thing left to do. Stack them up, pair them with your favorite dip, in this case I'm going to do a little ketchup, a little tradition, and enjoy the crunchiest potato fluff you may ever know. Oh, these look so good. Alright guys, so my crispy potato stacks are done. These look really, really good. It's been a few months or so since I've visited these. I think the first time I featured these on my channel was the steak and potatoes video, and it got a lot of great feedback. I think this might be one of the most recreated recipes that I have on my channel. So many of you sent me pictures of your potato stack creations and recreations and all your different spins on it, and I really, really appreciate all the social shares and all the love around these stacks, so I decided to do a video dedicated to them, because they're definitely well deserving of it. So I'm gonna test them, do a little flavor rundown, and go from there. All right, let me do it. Oh, also, as you can tell, there's 4 missing because it's really, really hard to not eat these, especially when they're straight out of the fryer with a little bit of salt on top. It's like, the temptation's real. Anyways, all right, let me dive in. Ooh, it's still a little hot. Okay, let's do it. I'm excited right now. All right. I want to say these are better than French fries. These are probably better than any French fry I've ever had. Just because they're a little bit thicker, they're like a little bit heartier, but they're like twice as crispy because there's so much surface area that the oil is frying that you get a really crispy potato. And the corners, I mean, the corners are the best. It's all different, you know? The corners are super crispy. It's like, it's cooked all the way through, super tender, crispy on the outside, but in the middle, it still has that sliced texture. So you get a lot of different mouthfeels going on. I really like that. It's a mix between a French fry, tater tot, and like a baked potato gratin or something like that. I could eat a ton of these. It's just a really unique spin on a potato, and always looking at simple ingredients and making them, you know, a little different, a little more interesting, and you know, using that chef fortitude to make it happen. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a big old thumbs up, comment down below for future video requests, things you want to see on my channel, things you want to see me do, all that good stuff. And of course, I will see you guys next time with another recipe. Later, folks.